Okay, thank you everyone for waiting for us. We are now ready to bring you our 12:30 streamers panel. Let me just say goodnight to Dan Smith there and his fantastic Twitch star song. Right, without any further ado, we're going to pass you over to Edelweiss and his team of very special streamers. Over to you, Ben.
Hello, folks. Well, yeah, so I'm Ben, Commander Edelweiss, obviously. And I guess we'll start off with, let's introduce people. So first of all, we've got Zach Zush. Do you want to say hi?
Hello.
Right, and then we've got Ascobius.
Is this on? Are we live? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Psychit.
Hi.
And last but by no means least, we've got the lovely Artemis.
Hello.
Yeah. And I am going to be calling you Artemis all the time. I know that,
Fine.
and I'm sorry. Right. Well, I guess should we start out with, and I'll keep it on you, Paige. Who are you? What do you stream, and where can people find you?
All right. Hello. I am Paige. You may have known me from previous job, but I go by Arthurimus now. As much as I can, full-time Twitch streamer. I stream variety, but I have a love of horror, so we've been doing a lot of spooky games recently, something that I really very much enjoy. Anything that's lewd or spooky, you'll find it on my channel, and you'll find me at twitch.tv/Arthurimus, which is Artemis with an R in it for arthritis.
And how long has it you been streaming now?
Been streaming since February.
Right,
So yeah, not too long.
Some past experience, obviously.
Yeah, some past experience.
Oh, yeah. Right. What about yourself, Scob?
Right, yeah. I'm Commander Scorbius. I started out in this whole sordid affair by making videos for Elite Dangerous, trying to entertain people, make people laugh. You can find me on the YouTubes as goodness me, I've not been coughing all morning, and now suddenly decided to start coughing. You can find me on YouTube as Commander Scorbius, and shockingly on Twitch as Commander Scorbius. So CMDR as Scorbius, and then you'll find me on there. I've There you go.
Right, Psychit.
You can find me at I'm Elite Dangerous streamer to start. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday from 12, doing like a multitude of Elite Dangerous shenanigans, sometimes the occasional Jackbox thrown in for a bit of fun. And you can find me at twitch.tv/Psychit. And also you can find me at my podcast collaboration at flightassistpodcast.com.
And that's only just started off.
It's only just started. That is with Commander Mal for the win. You may have heard of him as well. He is also a Twitch streamer. But yeah, that's our little joint project as well that we're doing together.
Right, and Zax.
Well, I already don't know what to say. You all stole my intros, but I'm Commander Max Luna. I'm Zach Sush. I stream Sundays 10 to 11:30 a.m. Quite early, I know. That's the only day I stream because I got school most of the week. Elite Dangerous, I stream basically any game that's suggested to me. Not much a fan of horror, but you know, I'll stream most things. And yeah, you can check me out at twitch.tv/ZaxSush. That's ZAXOOSH.
So I mean, there's only 5 of us here, so I'm going to obviously turn this into. I want this to be more of a conversation than just, you know, Ben says this and then says, right, Zax, you say this, Scorb, you say this, Psychit, blah blah blah. You know, let's have. So just now we've got the intros out the way. Let's try and make this into a wee bit of a conversation. But you know, as an openal thing, why did you all get started? What made you think about, hey, you know what? I want to stop just playing video games or whatever. You know, people can do other things. I want to stop playing songs to myself or singing in the shower, and I actually want to do this on camera with a microphone to potentially thousands of people.
Right. Well, I'll get started off. For me, it was I started last year streaming, and what it was Lavecon. Lavecon got me started. I played a lot of games, and I love doing just a bunch of random things, but I never really had an audience. I love people watching me, and I love being able to interact with the audience. So having that, like Scorbius was on last year's panel, and I remember asking him a couple of questions on how you get started streaming. And just I went home and I did what he said, and then I developed my own style, and here I am today, from where hopefully you are now, and hopefully will be next year, that you become a streamer. And I don't use it as a full-time job, but it's just nice to have on the side, and it's lovely to have that attention from the audience. Yeah.
So it's all your fault, Scob.
It's my fault, apparently. Yeah. No, oh goodness me, this cough. That makes me supremely happy, actually, that you've taken something that you enjoy doing, and that you've started streaming, and you're having a laugh with it, and that makes me so happy. Oh man,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Don't cry, Scob. Don't cry.
I'm not gonna. It's too early in the morning for tears, and I've not had enough coffee yet. For me, I started by doing a 24-hour, not 24-hour. No, correction. No. I did an open Iron Man stream. I'd never done streaming before. And this was a couple of years ago, but I decided, open's not that scary. I'll go out. I'll have a new character, and I'll have I'll just start a brand new account. And if I die, I have to wipe, and then start again. And I died a lot, actually. But it was a lot of fun. I met lots of people, and some people, like a member of my own damn family came after me. So, like, the ultimate in stream sniping. But yeah, I started then, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the people. I enjoy the community. The elite community is the best anyway. We can't really. If you're going to start streaming with elite, because they'll just look after you. I'll hand the mic over to somebody else now.
Well, I'll take the mic next then, seeing as before we get into awkward silence territory. So obviously, I used to work for Frontier on Elite Dangerous, which is how I know a lot of you guys, and it's a wonderful, very wonderful community. I still love it. That's why I'm still part of it, and I still play. And I just got a Rift S, because of my lovely community.
Very
so I'm
jealous.
it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I never thought I'd actually be able to get one. But so when I was working at Frontier, everybody knows that being a community manager can be a fairly difficult job. And I wanted to take some time out to basically maintain my mental health and make sure I didn't burn out on it or anything like that. But the thing I really enjoyed doing was doing the streams and coming and interacting with everybody, and content creation, and actually showing off the really cool stuff that I was working on. So I was like, well, where can I do that? I could be a streamer. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take some time out. I'm going to be self-employed pretty much, and I'm going to stream games. And pretty much that's what I've been doing since February.
That's awesome. So I was dabbling for a really long time in the whole streaming malarkey since probably about 2016, 2017, and then we moved to a different part of the country, and I began to think, okay, maybe we can go full-time, try and do full-time streaming, see how it goes. And then I was laid up for like 7 months. So after being like really badly injured and going through all of that, and still not being in a position to go, okay, I can go and do a job and like not work for myself or anything, I thought, well, let's dive headlong into the whole streaming malarkey and see how we get on. And that was nearly a year ago now that I started doing that. And yeah, I cannot stress enough how wonderful the Elite Dangerous community, especially on Twitch. There were there's always going to be a few bad apples, but it is, for the most part, the Elite Dangerous community is chuffing marvelous, and I love them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without getting into embarrassing specifics, but how feasible is it actually to be a professional streamer?
I think you have to be really lucky. From like some of the other streamers that I watch, and some of the like really successful streamers say it's like 30% content, 70% luck, and just being in the right place at the right time. And I completely and utterly can appreciate that. I don't think it's hugely difficult. It was mostly, for me, it was mostly like, if and I spoke to my hubby about this. We were pretty self-sufficient just on the hubby's wages and that kind of thing. I don't want to get too much into money and stuff like that, but any sort of like anything that I got or anything that we discussed anything that I would get via streaming would be sort of just like extra stuff and stuff that we could save towards getting other things, and also putting back into the stream, getting a new camera, getting a new microphone, getting lighting and all of that sort of stuff. Like being able to build on everything that we have is really good. And you cannot, like Paige was saying with regard to the VR set and stuff, we cannot do that without the support of the wonderful community that we build. And it's just bloody lovely. It really is. It's so warming. That's the main reason that you do it, that I feel that I do it. It's because it's just so nice and lovely to, in a world where I can't, and especially at the moment where you can't really get out that much at all, but in a world where I've not been able to get out and see as many people as I want, having those sort of connections have been awesome. And I've been talking an awful lot with my hands, so I'm gonna sit on my hands now and only move them for cups of tea. But yeah, and so I feel anyway.
And talking is the best talking, though. It's like it's the most expressive thing. Like
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways, streamers, and certainly for me, from my experience, this year has been a not a very nice one. Not been a very nice year this year, and being able to stream and connect with people has been an absolute lifeline. Because like can't go out, can't do anything, but what we can do is play games together. We can have fun together and come together as a community. And just be silly and just have a laugh, because otherwise there's not been a lot as of this year, not been a great amount to smile about. So having all of this has actually been really lovely. Like from a professional standpoint, I don't do this professionally. It's it'd be really, really difficult for me anyway, because like I have a job and stuff, so it's actually quite hard. But for people who can do it professionally, if they got the time and they want to really push it, if it's something that you're really passionate about, if it's anything in life that you're really passionate about, go for it. Push it as hard as you can, because that's the only way you're ever going to be successful anyway. Because no one is going to give anybody just a free pass. There you go, off you go and be successful. It doesn't work that way. But thanks to the community for just helping 2020 to be less sucky than it has been.
Yeah, I mean, I know you, Paige. I've seen you're always streaming. It seems like at the moment.
I stream as much as I sort of physically can, and how much works. Obviously, with 2020 being sucky, it's a little difficult, because when like the first 2 weeks after I left Frontier and I started streaming, it was like awesome, Monday to Friday, 9 till 5, and it was great, and I was getting on fine. And then COVID exploded, and my husband's been working at home literally since then, which means that I can't stream during the day. So it's like any sort of time I can piecemeal together, I've been doing what I can there, and then trying to sort of learn to create video content as well. So I've started up the YouTube video, and I'm translating the Odyssey at the minute into plain English, as you do, sort of to keep creating stuff with the time that I have. But yeah, 2020 is a difficult year.
Actually, I wasn't going to ask this, but thinking about 2020, what do you make of all these Johnny-come-latelys to streaming? Where, these actors who have been professional actors working in Hollywood for the past 40, 30 years, all of a sudden becoming Twitch streamers.
If it's something they enjoy and they're going to do it properly and not just standing there going, hi, look at my face, then like no problem with it. Everyone should have a chance to come and join in on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think as long as the platform themselves doesn't put them on a higher pedestal so nobody else has a chance to grow, then I think that's the only thing I'd be concerned about. But otherwise, it's a big bloody platform. There's lots of people. So
yeah, I mean, I know the main one I've been watching has been, I can't even remember the guy's name now, Rodney from Stargate. And it's been, I think it's Rod. I'm sure it was Rodney. And it's been lovely watching. I think his first name's David. I can't remember now. I'm terrible with names. But it's been lovely just watching him and his son playing and doing all sorts of things together. Which is, I guess, is a bit like a certain Mr. Lewis and his dad doing their quiz together again.
That was always hilarious. So I always used to love watching them.
Yeah.
Because it's just something just so different. Tune in for an Elite Dangerous stream, and then it's time for for Ed's dad to start asking everybody questions and see if chat can beat Ed. It's this is actually quite nice. I like this. I just sit there. It's a shame it was only an hour long. It's like being in their sitting room. It's like, oh, this is great.
And joining in for your biscuit reviews and things like that. But I mean, so no one's feeling particularly. And I guess you kind of covered it, Paige, with the so long as they're not expecting to be more than everyone else. But I guess they can still use their sort of celebrity status to maybe push things. I don't know. I don't know what I think of it, and I don't know how well some people translate from being a character actor or being a talk show host to Twitch stream, because it's a very different market, I'd have thought.
They're very different sets of skills, very much so. But yeah, as I say, I think they're still going to have to start with a new channel, and yes, they are going to have more people. Say Lady Gaga started streaming, there's going to be a ton of people go and check out what she does. But if she's no good at it, then there's no guarantee people want to stay and check her out. So that's why I say the only concern I'd have is if the platforms themselves, say Twitch or YouTube Gaming or Facebook Gaming, puts them on a pedestal above everybody else who doesn't have already that status. So I don't think it's the person themselves, because without the backing of the platform, they're not going to be able to just immediately rocket higher than everything else. So
that can sometimes be the platform though goes, oh, look, crikey, we've got a fancy celebrity, let's push them, because that's going to mean that we're going to get more viewers to our channel and that kind of stuff. I don't mind it. I think I get a lot of inspiration, not the same content, but like a lot of the inspiration that I get comes from a little known streamer by the name of Dr. Lupo, I am like the biggest fan of him. I just think like all of the charity work and all of that sort of side of stuff that he does is great. But he did make a comment quite recently about sort of people who do like small amounts of content compared to those people who are doing 6-7 hour streams at a time. If you're doing a 6-7 hour stream at a time, it's very difficult than like the 10 minutes or so that you have to have the energy of the day to whack out a 10-minute YouTube video, or like that persona that you put on when you're acting. There's a very different level of energy that you have to have, and a lot of YouTubers, for example, who make the move into doing streaming have said that they don't realize the amount of like energy or the amount of because you have to keep up a certain sort of like level of interaction with chat. In my opinion, you have to keep interacting with chat, and you have to try and work to remain at least slightly entertaining during that sort of time. And I think that does affect sort of like people who are used to turning it on just for a couple of minutes and then not having to worry about it anymore.
It's a long-term improvisation exercise, so it's one of those things that go do some theatre for a bit and see if that helps. Just start singing if it doesn't work.
Just talking about interaction with the chat, I'm seeing the chat is actually talking about raids in Twitch.
Raids are awesome.
Okay.
I love like I also I've got the chat open as well, but like a comment's just been made like when you if you raid somebody and they've only got a handful of people watching, that's a handful of people that person's entertaining, and then you descend on them with like a bunch of people, and then it's actually really quite nice. It's nice to see them. You get to see what they're like as a streamer, because if they completely flip out, but they're really nice to everybody, you go, yeah, that was mission accomplished. That is a nice streamer. I like that person. I'm going to follow them. I've actually followed so many people lately because of raids, and I've gone, yeah, I quite like this person. This person's entertaining. Follow. say something nice and see what they're doing. See, I might not stick around for ages and ages. I do sometimes, or I might lurk in the background. But raiding is fantastic. I really like raiding.
Well, it opens up a whole new kind of pathway to fame for the smaller streamers, because I remember I was doing a small Roblox stream and I got raided by a person with 40 viewers, and for them that was loads for me, because I was only had around about 4 to 8 viewers, and seeing that 40 viewers and that person that's chosen me, even though it's by random, it's actually helped me, and I got about 28 followers out of it. So it's just the raiding. You're always going to find something new with raiding, and this person, the person you're watching, could have a brand new interest that you don't know about, and when they raid the person they're interested about, you could be opened up to that interest, and it's a great function. And same with hosting as well. If you really like that stream, you can also host them in your own time, where you're not even there, but you're still supporting them. Yeah, very good.
Rating's one of those things that so obviously we all have people that we follow, and that comes up on the followed channels bit, and so often when I'm raiding I'll see who's online that I know, but occasionally it is kind of fun just to be like, who's playing the same game that I just was, can I send my community to them? Because you then get to expand those communities and create a nice Venn diagram of mix over in communities. And I've met a couple of super lovely streamers from other games and other titles and that kind of thing that I probably wouldn't have really ever spoken to before. So it's lovely to sort of go outside of the comfort zone as well and be like, we're going to try and meet somebody new today.
I like getting recommendations from my chat as well. If I can't see, or I'll go through like the list of people who are streaming Elite, and then if I can't see anyone who I like them to have, I must admit I prefer to raid someone who has like a handful of viewers, as opposed to someone who's already got more viewers than like who I'm going to be bringing across to them, because it's like that nice feeling. But if I can't see anybody who is there, who is someone that I follow or someone that I already follow, I will certainly ask for recommendations from chat. Chat will know what my content is like and how bloody wholesome I am all the time and stuff. But they're wonderful and stuff, and that. So if they recommend somebody, I'll certainly go with it for sure.
What about the downsides of raiding? Because I will freely admit I'm a terrible streamer. I'm not a real streamer. And because usually when I'm playing video games, I want to go and do something, and I personally find it really annoying that somebody goes off and says something. I'm like, I'm trying to kill this Thargoid here, and you're trying to talk to me. Piss off! Sorry, I'm trying to keep this PG-13, naughty bed. But how do you manage that? I'm entertaining people, but I'm trying to achieve things, but I'm trying to pay attention. How do you juggle all that?
Imagine they're all in the same room. Imagine they are literally sat next to you while you're playing. And if you're doing something that really needs your attention, just tell them that. Like, just tell your community, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to need 2 minutes, because normally they'll be really invested in your success. If you manage it, awesome. Like, normally, if you have a good's not the one I'm looking for, but if you have a positive viewer base, they want you to succeed. If you have a troll viewer base, they want you to fail. So they're going to, try and annoy you. But a positive viewer base will try and join in with your success, and they'll like get on with that. So if you are finding that you're needing to be like, quiet guys, just ask them nicely. Just as I say, I just pretend they're in the room with me, and I'm like, you shush. I'm trying to kill this thing. If I fail, it's your fault.
I generally find that if they're with me, then they're not the same as what Paige just said, but like they're sitting with you. They are achieving that thing with you. You're doing a thing. Like I don't do killing talk, because I'm rubbish at it. But if it's something like even the silly things, like landing a ship, like if you're trying to do something silly, like chat will sometimes on purpose distract you. They will sometimes just throw a load of bits at you, or they'll like choose that particular moment to resub, or they'll do something just to get a big thing appearing on the screen. What's going on? Because it's funny. Now I don't know whether
don't get sound alerts. Don't do that either. I recommend not doing that.
I don't know whether that's trolling or whether that's just they're with you. your chat is with you for the most part, and some people want to see you fail. Some people will shout at you, and you just ignore those people. But most people are right there with you. And if you're trying to play, trying to do something, if you're trying to achieve a thing, they'll mostly be quiet, unless it's that critical moment where you need to focus, and then someone will throw 100 bits at you just to throw you off.
Well, I've just moved room from my studio to my bedroom for reasons, but I had two monitors in my studio, so I could read the chat while I was playing, and most people do have that. But I've literally just moved into my bedroom, which means I only have one monitor because my desk is quite small, so I can't read chat while I'm playing. So this morning I was streaming, and I had to keep pressing Windows key to keep swapping and reading chat, and it was they waited, the viewers waited until they knew when I was reading, because they could see my head going up and down reading the chat. But it's all up to you, really, if you're going to be dedicated on the game and you're going to be hardcore into the game, or are you going to be flipping in between, being that kind of relaxed, reading the chat, messing up when you want, restarting. It really depends on what game you're streaming and how everything's going. But like everyone else said, the viewers as well, the type of viewers, either they want to troll you or they want to help you. So yeah.
Taking it back to a little bit earlier, it really does feel that you have to be a little bit narcissistic, maybe, to be a streamer.
Oh yeah, totally.
Keep going.
I will quite happily admit to that. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, totally. You love me, you really love me, that kind of attitude. But yeah, no, on the it's definitely the community that keep you coming back. In my opinion, I love doing it. I absolutely adore doing it, and having people in my chat and being able to talk to people and all of that malarkey. I absolutely adore it. So the fact that people choose to come back and come and see me, it still boggles my mind that is a thing. But it does make it can't help you making you feel slightly better about yourself and feeling a little bit more self-confident. It's improved my confidence no end. I was in a proper slump, but yeah.
I would add to that as well, that it is a good confidence boost. I wouldn't say it's necessarily narcissistic. Not just. I think it comes from, for me anyway, it comes from a desire to entertain. I want to tell stories and I want to make people laugh. If I've made you laugh during the course of any given day, that's my mission accomplished. I have achieved my goal, because making you laugh makes me happy. I don't know if that's just my personality type or whatever it is, but like if I've made you laugh during a video I've made or on a stream that I'm doing, then that's me set. I'm done. Right, off I go. Zach, I interrupted. Sorry.
Back.
Well, I was confused. Sorry. It's I don't mind. I love the attention, but it really depends on what, if you're going to want to have the attention, then it's your choice. If you're going to become a streamer, you're going to get attention, and you either get little attention, or you get a lot of attention. So you really definitely have to be a type of person to become a streamer. But yeah, certain type of person.
So obviously you're still at school, you said, Zach.
Yeah.
And how do your classmates and maybe even your teachers, what would you do if you found out that, say, your physics or your computing teacher was watching your streams?
Well, that boat sailed a long time ago, because that's already been happening.
Mm-hmm.
It started off as one of my friends found one of my channels, and then they showed the teachers, and then it kind of got out of control, because I've been doing YouTube, so they played the YouTube videos, and my history teacher played a history video I did, and then they found my Twitch channel, and then watched one of my recent streams, and it kind of just went all spiral. And this was on a chill day, like one of the last weeks of school. But yeah, I got a lot more viewership, but
so you're ancestry your history teacher.
Yes. But it also opens up people at school to ask you questions as well, and also ridiculing as well. But at the end of the day, people in chat are going to do the same. So just avoid them. Really, it's yeah.
I've now got this image of Zach's physics teacher saying, "Okay, let's talk about this Kerbal Space Program thing you've been doing. I think you were doing it wrong."
Yeah.
So, so a certain Mr. Starstone from Starstone Industries is making comments about Scorb rickrolling Colo.
Colo gets rickrolled all the time. There's she's got this thing where I can't remember. I said, don't know what school was on about. I've never seen anyone rickroll Colo to the point where she jumps out of a chair and she's trying to solve a difficult puzzle game. Yeah, Colo is absolutely lovely. She's wonderful, wonderful streamer. She's a lovely, lovely person.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who Colo is, who are you? You need to find out Colo. She's lovely. But yeah, she reacts in the best ways when people troll her or she's just so kind and so generous, and she's an absolute inspiration. If you want to find out how to be a good streamer, watch Colo, because she's just blimmin' fantastic. Right, I'll pass the mic over before I say embarrassing things.
This stream's sponsored by Colo.
Well, I remember Colo, the one calling the fuel rats on stream. That's how I remember her.
But how do you... Have any of you had to cope with the negative side of it? Because you're talking about using the stream helps you to build a positive mental image of yourself. Has you ever had any times when you've maybe even had to stop streaming because of either interactions directly online at the time or after the event as well?
Yes, because I'm a woman on the internet. But I mean, even Friday was really bad. Someone came into my Discord spouting a load of stuff that was swiftly handled by my mods, mind you. But and there is no trace of them anymore. But yeah, it happens. It absolutely happens. But you do have to have a little bit of a slightly thicker skin and trying not to let it get to you. Also, if someone is being like a complete arse, then you have to, and that's like me using the lightest possible terminology that I could. But if someone is being that kind of person, you kind of have to just sort of try and ignore it as best you can. Your mods, if you have the I am really lucky that I have some of the best mods in my channel, and my mods will jump on something like that and just get rid of that. Yeah, I just see what Jack just said. Twice my mods have beeped someone before I've even noticed. The stuff that went on in my Discord, I saw the aftermath of it, and I saw none of the stuff that had happened because my my wonderful mods just got completely on top of that straight away. So the mods are the best things in the world, and I love them. I love them so much. My mods are the best, and I will fight each and every one of you who said that my mods are not the best.
My mods are in a different country, so time zones are awful. I did one stream late at night, and then I hired two mods that stream like an idiot, and then I streamed early mornings, and I've never seen them again. So.
One of my mods is a German guy named Nuke, and the name is appropriate because when somebody does something bad on stream, I don't see it. He nukes them. They're gone. He's fantastic. And he doesn't say anything, and this is a great thing. And I think most mods are the same. They don't ask for praise. They don't ask for anything. They just stand by. They're the bouncers at the door. You behave yourself. Right.
At the same time, don't forget to tell your mods that you appreciate them.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've had a long experience with mods for all different kinds of things, and I've been a mod as well for channels and stuff like that. Do let them know they're appreciated if you have awesome mods, and that's not just to you guys in the chat. That's to everybody watching as well. If somebody helps you out with stuff and doesn't ask for pay and puts all their time into helping you out, just make sure you say thanks occasionally.
Any other advice anyone would give apart from having awesome mods.
Get a
Well,
good chair.
Sorry.
If you're going to be sat in a chair for hours and hours and hours and hours, get a good chair that's going to support your back.
Do you mean specifically to sort of those sort of like horrible, like not very
Yeah.
nice people and stuff like that?
I'm just thinking, you find a lot of people who are maybe socially anxious and have real issues going out even down the street or something like that, but they can make brilliant Twitch streamers.
When it
Just
comes,
ignore the violent people. Not violent, sorry. Horrible people.
You say that, and then yes, that and in principle that's wonderful. Just ignore them and they'll go away. But as someone who was very clearly the victim of bullying growing up, like constantly, it's just not as easy. A lot of people have like these experiences. It's not as easy to just sort of go, oh yeah, it's water for ducks back, sticks and stones, etc. It best piece of advice is for me is be prepared that kind of stuff could happen. Don't go into something like streaming or putting yourself out publicly thinking that that's not going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, just be sort of like mentally prepare yourself for people being potentially not very nice. But don't expect it. Does that make sense?
Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared, but just be prepared. Something like that. That's a poem.
Don't be scared, be prepared.
That's really good advice.
Tagline right there.
Vote for Psykit.
When it comes to dealing with toxicity, I actually wrote a blog post about it a while ago. From various experiences that I've had. But when it comes to dealing with toxicity, I think it is something you want to prepare for. You do want to, like it said, you want to know that it could happen, but you need to decide what are you going to do about it when it does. What do you do? So some people will try to ignore it. I find that although that's an honorable intention, you have to think about your own mental health and your stream first, because if you let one bad apple in, it spoils the cart, is the full phrase. So you leave that one toxic person in, nobody else wants to chat because they're going to become the target. So to be honest, if a troll comes in, I nuke them. All my mods nuke them. If it's somebody coming and going, oh, you suck, like, you can try and educate them. You can ask, why do you feel that you had to say that? Is there something I'm doing wrong? Can we talk about this? If they're just coming in to be like, you're fat, then you don't need them there.
Yeah.
Like, what positivity are they gonna, like, that one view versus ruining your stream? Just block them, just ban them, get rid of them. They don't really need at all to have a place in your community. You don't need to make room for them. So just decide what is all right with you. What are you willing to put up with, and stick with it. Don't feel bad about blocking or banning people, because if they're going to start off like that, they don't deserve to be in your community. And you have to protect yourself first and foremost. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you are trying to create content, you're trying to tell people, you're trying to spread positivity and cool gameplay or music, anything like that, don't let other people come in and try and take away little bits of that and grind you down. Make sure that you are looked after first. Then you can look after your community.
Yeah, it took a little while for that mentality to sink in for me, because I was very much like, oh, let's try and please everybody who's here. Okay, let's have a full. You're calling me names. Okay, let's have a conversation about that. And at the end of the day, that kind of stuff it's just going to grind you down. So just do the thing. Ban with that hammer. Lay it down, because there's no point in like letting it affect you. What is the point? Because all it's going to do is affect you for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
I
I've got an emoji. Sorry.
Right. I was just going to say about you get a similar thing with YouTube comments as well. Like if you've made a video, like I spend months making videos and then I put them out on the internet and almost no one sees them. But so you got, but you will get comments on there. You'll get some people who they seem to go out of their way to just make your day as miserable as possible. But the thing, like I can't stop them from doing that. All right, so I can ignore them. I can self-ban them. I can add them to the list of people I don't want to listen to. You have nothing nice to say about my videos, whatever. Sometimes people have constructive things to say, but some people just want to. They get happy by wrecking your day. And the thing is, they're like an edge case. But the thing, what we do is we are pattern-seeking creatures, and we'll see all this nice stuff, all these nice comments, and like you'll have a chat full of wonderful people, and they'll be chatting, they'll be really, really nice, and you'll get one asshole, right? And that person is, but they stand out because they're different. They stand out. They're so different to everybody else, and you're like, oh, suddenly they've got your attention.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there is actually a lot to be said for, one, good mods. Two, ignore them, because it's the attention that they're craving, and it's your reaction that they're trying to get out of you. And yes, I know some of them can be quite cruel, quite horrible. I remember one time on the broadcast when we had some guy come in there, and he was spouting the most horrible stuff. And so we banned him. He made a new account. We banned him again. We were just... I don't know what this guy's deal was, but he just, look at me, I'm being horrible. Yes, you are. Go away. We're telling you, you've stopped the show. We're telling you specifically to go away. And there was like 300 other people. So that one person had ruined the entertainment for 300 other people. So we just constantly banned him. Eventually, I think he ran out of usernames. So we got rid of him. But like,
run out of email accounts to generate.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what? I've got to do. Where's my phone? No. But I think that most people aren't that tenacious. Some people are just trying to get a rise out of you. If you can ignore them, focus on the rest of chat. If your mods have got them, get them to, no prisoners. Take no prisoners, because in the end of the day, like you were saying, Psychic, right? Having that energy. And like Paige, like having the energy to keep going and entertaining your community, that takes a lot out of you. And for somebody to come in and start trying to wreck is horrible. So, but you already have this wonderful group of people who are watching, and being there, like shunning those others, go away, shunning those for the rest of the community. I think. That's the end goal. That's what should happen, because they're there to see you. These idiots, just catapult them into the sun. But
I'm really loving. Sorry, Zach, were you wanting to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say, I have an emoji dedicated to people that are annoying. My chat just spams that emoji, and then they all go away.
Nice. No, I'm really loving Simon Winard's suggestion with how he deals with that type of person, and he's saying he writes them into his Docker sketches.
I mean, that makes sense.
That explains so much about Dockers.
It really does, doesn't it? Right, let's spin it around and say, what's some of the most positive things, apart from your mods, that you've been having to deal with?
Donations.
Yeah, the fact somebody's actually willing to give you money for this. Yes.
Yeah.
I can get that.
The new hype train. It's not super new, but like the hype trains that have come in on like relatively recently. When like getting my first hype train or getting like multiple hype trains, and like when.
So what is a hype train? Sorry.
Hype train. Sorry. So it's 3 separate instances of either subs or bits over 100 will trigger a hype train, and you can set how often a hype train happens in your settings. I think the minimum is once every 2 hours, I believe, but it then the hype train can go up in levels, and with donations of over 100 bits or subscriptions or gifted subscriptions and all of that. And when a hype train happens, and seeing it with other streamers as well, like seeing it on other people's streams or being part of the person who triggers a hype train, there is and you get rewards for being a participant in a hype train, like different emotes and that. And it's just really nice and warming to see a community in like a 5-minute period just like lay out so much support, be it for you as if you're streaming, or being a part of a community doing it. I think it's just such a wonderful thing that Twitch have done. And yeah, hype trains are pretty bloody cool.
Mm. Well, it gives that chat a bit more interaction, doesn't it? I just love
Yeah.
it when they release new features, interaction between your chat, and it just goes up and up and up, and it makes Twitch such an amazing platform to stream on, and the way they keep updating it for the interactivity, it's amazing. I love Twitch.
It's a very good platform, and this harkens back actually to the conversation we were having earlier on about like celebrities joining Twitch. Anything that makes Twitch more of a like a normalized platform that people like, yeah. So I don't watch TV anymore. I'll go and find a Twitch streamer that I watch. I'll watch them instead. It's more entertaining. So if they can get more people watching Twitch, it doesn't matter what happens to them. As soon as another film part turns up, they'll start off. So, but that means that more people now know about Twitch, and now they're watching Twitch streamers, and they're enjoying the content. So, as soon as because Twitch streamers they have popularity, and then they don't, and then it's. But the fact is that they get people watching Twitch, and then if they're doing that, then they're more likely to stumble upon other streamers, which is great. If you have a high population of viewers, then there's a higher chance that more channels are going to be successful, going to have more viewers. You're going to start entertaining more people, which is a net gain for everyone. It's a good thing for everyone. Whereas YouTube tried it, and I started off doing streaming on YouTube. YouTube gives you no things at all. In fact, I was doing a stream a couple of years ago, and mid-stream, we had got loads and loads of people involved. We're trying to get low-temperature diamonds. We're to give them to Ashley and Duval for a wedding. It was a load of fun. And somebody disliked a video. They reported one of my videos as, no, that's against community guidelines. One of my videos. And so they immediately, banhammer on me, cut off my stream after an hour. I was like, but we were in the middle of something, and it's like the first time anything like that's ever happened. So like, no, I went straight to Twitch. Twitch has been fantastic, absolutely fantastic, great platform.
Somebody came into my chat, even making that slightly smaller. Somebody came into my chat like a couple of weeks ago. There's been a couple of more I say more like there's a few more partner streamers that have been playing Elite Dangerous recently, and they've brought like 800 900 viewers to the category, like extra viewers to the category at a time, and they're obviously taking up like the first spots and stuff under the category if you're sorting by viewer count. And somebody came into my chat saying, oh, I'm not happy about all of these non-elite streamers trying to like get in with the community. And I was just like, but it's more people who might want to sort of play Elite Dangerous or find out a little bit more about Elite. And these new partners just like learning Elite might not know as much as like maybe somebody who's been playing it for a little while, and then they want to pick up Elite, and then they'll come to the Twitch community anyway, and it just makes sense. Please don't complain about more people playing a game that we all love. It felt really really weird. Why would people not be happy about like more people streaming Elite? And I think that's just like in that little Elite bubble that I sit in, but around the larger spectrum of like having celebrities introducing everything to, like introducing people to Twitch. Yeah, absolutely, man.
And the whole thing as well about more people playing Elite. Like Elite is actually, it's kind of niche. Like if you look at Twitch, there'll be like 500 people to make tops 1,000 watching Twitch streams for Elite. And then you look at another game like Fortnite. That's like, numbers haven't even been invented that big. It's like you've got loads of people watching other games. So when we've got people coming in watching Elite streams, and you know what, since the Odyssey trailer dropped, which is fantastic. Thank you, Frontier, for dropping that. That's absolutely wonderful. We have been so hungry for content. but since that dropped, I've had new people coming into streams all the time. What game is this? Is it hard? How do I just got this yesterday. It's on a Steam sale. How do I get involved? And like,
Yeah.
and people in chat are so welcoming. They're so nice. And we always try to get people engaged as well. Like, ask your questions. Like, I've got a lot of knowledge, although I'm an idiot. But chat, I've got loads and loads and loads of knowledge. Or so they tell me, because they tell me how to do things all the time. But yeah, getting new people in, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've found, I just found the photo on my phone so I can show you guys. In terms of like positive things that have happened because of streaming, it's a little bit of a strange one, but fan art actually. Even though my channel's a little small baby still, I occasionally get sent some fan art, and I've got sent some Elite Dangerous cross with Pokemon fan art. And then I think the most recent piece I got was, so you guys know, most of you will know of Jessica Sonnet, lovely lady, brilliant artist, a mod for a lot of great channels. But when I was playing Pokemon before, I got a message from her, but from her daughter, saying, "What's your favorite Pokemon?" And I was like, I don't know, a dog Pokemon. And then she, I don't know if you can see it, but she then, it's figuring out. She then sent me fan art drawings. She went and spent the afternoon drawing some dog Pokemon because she'd seen me playing it, and I was just like, that is just adorable. Like, that's so lovely that somebody decided that, especially a little kid as well, because my channel's normally a bit rude, but just that they really enjoyed me going around and collecting small animals, and so they took the time to actually draw a picture for me. I was like, oh,
That's so sweet.
That's sweet, isn't it? Yeah. So I mean, Twitch is definitely the thing, but I mean, we're seeing, Mixer vanished quite recently, and there's other things trying to take off as well. Like, I know Facebook are doing their thing. YouTube are, apparently, according to Scorb at least, failing at doing their thing.
Good luck.
Do you think good luck, or do you think
YouTube
is it even worth trying?
Twitch is so big for streaming that when someone says, "I'm going to become a streamer," what first comes into your head? Twitch, not DLive, not Mixer. Maybe YouTube. YouTube's the only one you got to worry about, because YouTube's a massive platform and it's been massive, but it's more known for videos, whereas Twitch is known for streams and YouTube's known for videos. So I don't worry about it too much. So.
The only thing I wouldn't recommend for any new streamer is Facebook gaming, because Facebook is not a lovely place to go, especially when you're just starting out. If you're established and you have an idea of what you're doing and you have an incredibly thick skin, then go for it. But I've not found any value in trying a Facebook stream.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Weird. It's really weird because like a lot of people on Facebook are using their real names. So it's like less on anonymity, but less on yeah, exactly. It's weird. I cannot stand Facebook, but it is a platform.
That's all you can say about it, really.
It's definitely a platform.
It is a thing.
But YouTube gaming is relatively popular, but I mean, they definitely don't have the facilities and the support that you were mentioning, Zach, with like sort of like viewer interaction that Twitch does. So
and
yeah,
Twitch isn't a perfect platform. There's still work
sure
to be done, and I mean, I don't know if many of you know about the streamer Jambo, who recently had a lot of trouble with some raids coming in for some very nasty people. But that has lent itself to a positive discussion around safety and user safety and better tools for identifying and helping partners, and how that will affect affiliates and that kind of thing. So although it still needs to learn a bit more, it's getting the opportunity to. And I think that from what I've seen of Twitch, they do seem to be trying to improve the platform. So that it's why it's one of my choice.
Yeah, right. I think we've only got running out of time here, so let's very, very quickly cover any technical things, or like microphones, headphones, chairs. You mentioned Scorb. Any things that you feel are required, or at least advised, to become a professional streamer?
I've got. Oh, I'll do it quick. I've got headphones. They're brand new. I've got Logitech camera, and I've got a blue snowball with a muffler on it, and it's got what is it called? An arm, and it's right by my face. And I've also got a couple of software. I've got Voice Mod and an NVIDIA RTX Voice, and obviously Twitch gives you the basis for streaming graphics and stuff. What you need. So yeah, and obviously Streamlabs or OBS, and there are other platforms. But yeah, that's it for me.
I wouldn't necessarily say that a camera is super necessary to have. I prefer watching streamers with cameras because I like seeing reactions to things and like real time reactions. I can. I used to stream without a camera, and I much prefer streaming with a camera. But yeah, definitely just bog standard, some lighting, microphone, camera, all good, all happy. But I certainly don't feel that it's super important to show your face. But I personally just prefer watching streamers with cameras. But I certainly didn't start with it with a camera.
I agree with that as well. I mean, it's possibly because I'm a very empathetic person. So when I see another person's face, it's kind of, I understand a lot quicker of what's going on in the situation than just hearing a voice. And I tend to find it's a lot easier, especially if you're a smaller streamer and say the stream is quiet, you'll still be able to interact a little bit more by, at least smiling at the camera occasionally. Even if there's not much you can say, you can interact a little bit that way. In terms of the things that I think are most necessary, speaking as a disabled streamer, good chair. So I use a Noble chairs because my spine doesn't sit correctly. So make sure you're going to be comfortable, because you will end up with lasting back pain if you sit on something incredibly uncomfortable. Even if you don't have any issues with your back, you'll get them. So even if it's just putting a big cushion on your chair until you can get something better, make sure you do that. Just look after your own health. And even if you've got a crap camera, I have a ring light up at the front here so you can see it if I move it in front of the camera. That's probably been the most important thing, because my camera quality used to be absolute trash. So even if it's sunny, I still have the ring light on, because it kind of balances out the weird lighting I have in the rest of my room. And they're only about £10-15 if you get a cheap one from Amazon, just plugs into the USB. So yeah, good chair and just some decent lighting. I mean, you can use a lamp, but you'll get very yellow. So something with an LED will immediately improve the quality without costing you an arm and a leg.
I would add that if you want to make your life a little bit easier when you're streaming, it's like I use OBS for my scene compositing and things like that, for actually streaming. If you have some money, get a Stream Deck, because you can automate so much stuff, switching of scenes, macros, sending out tweets, and all sorts of things. They're not cheap though, so it's not something. This is like next level up. If you're doing well and you're enjoying doing it, it helps to cut down the cock-ups.
What you can do though is you can get an app for Stream Decks, which is what I currently have.
Do that.
It costs $2.99 a month. I have a Stream Deck on the way, but temporarily. Look at all the pink, geez. Incredibly on brand. But I do have I have my Stream Deck that does the thing, and it works absolutely brilliantly. And that's what I use in place of while I'm waiting for the Stream Deck getting here. But I agree with you, Scorp. The functionality that the Elgato app has, because it can connect to OBS, it can connect to Spotify, it can also connect to Twitch and all of that, and you can program multi-functions within the Stream Deck. I highly recommend. I think there's a month trial that you can do on the app, so you can, before you even think about buying a Stream Deck, you can do like a 3-month trial using the app, and I really recommend it.
It's basically because you need your energy to do streaming, to entertain your audience. So removing as much of the little bits that are going to drain your energy as possible. So automating as much as you can. It's like, is my mic on? Oh no, I've been talking for 10 minutes. My mic's not even on. Making sure all that stuff is done for you but just like, because you spend like a couple of hours setting that up beforehand, and it just, okay, now we can start the show, and then everyone can have a good time. So, but yeah, I didn't know about the app. That's fantastic.
The app's amazing, yeah.
With the Stream Deck as well, if you're using the app, make sure you put just in the bottom right is where I have it, the clip button, because if you're trying to get viral on Twitch, or you're trying to start out and you want people to see you and you're streaming Fortnite or something amazing happens but nobody's watching, clip it yourself, because it will go straight into a list, and if people watch it, then loads of people see it and come to your channel. So like, if you just think, that was funny, you can just press the one button, it'll do all of it for you and upload it.
I just saw Grant holding up two Stream Decks.
Three. Just showing off now.
Take 2 Stream Decks into the shower. I just like to stream and go.
Oh
right. All right. Well, we have run out of time. So, any final words of advice from you guys?
Just really enjoy it. Just like go in with the mentality of trying to enjoy it as best you can. Don't go in if you want to start streaming, don't go in expecting to get like 100 viewers or make partner in 6 months or something, because that is an outlier. That is not the norm. But just hang out in other people's streams, gain see what they're doing, see what you can build on them. I've gained a lot of influence from some of my peers as well, and it's just a great time. It is a great time. And also, if you're wanting to stream Elite Dangerous, Twitch community is bloody wonderful. Absolutely bloody wonderful. So you go ahead and do that. Highly recommend. Can recommend. 10 out of 10. Great community.
Oh, don't let dreams be dreams. Take tips from other streamers, make connections, and partner up, kind of with other streamers. You can do it.
Show your pets.
Yes.
I love going into people's streams and seeing pets. Like, somebody says, "Oh, the dog's making noise." I'm like, "Show the dog. I don't give a crap what you're playing. Show the dog. Bring me the dog and I'll
We
follow."
love our co-bullets.
Yep. So
my poor puppy. Gosh.
Yep. Bring me a pet and I follow. Don't care what you're playing. Just bring me a pet, please. Thank you. Bye bye. But otherwise, seriously, have fun and make sure you look after your back.
Right. Okay. So finally, Paige, you got the camera. So where can people find you? Just one last time.
Twitch.tv/Arthremis, or if you're currently watching the stream over in the chat, you can click my name there and find me, because I've been saying hello.
And Zach?
I'm going to say hi in the chat. I said something in the chat, so you can click my name and go to my profile, twitch.tv/Zaxush. That is ZAXOOSH.
Go for it, Psychic. You've come up automatically.
Hey, twitch.tv/Psychic, flightassistpodcast.com.
And last, Scorb.
Oh, yes, twitch.tv/CMDR Ascorbius, as in ascorbic acid, which is where it actually comes from. But and I've also put something in chat, so smash that thing, whatever you do with the thing.
Smash that thing, yeah. All right, well,
smash that like button.
Yeah, ring that
Subscribe.
bell.
Ring that bell.
Show your pets.
Oh god.
Turn on push notifications.
You done? You good?
Yeah.
Don't forget Twitch Prime.
Yeah, Twitch Prime is also a thing.
6 billion donations.
I was going to say get your bits out, but yeah.
Whoa, not
Easy
that.
now.
Well, they're all bits, aren't they?
7.5 hours and you can do that.
Oh, yeah. I'm not used to this lunchtime streaming. Right, well, thank you so much, all you guys. Thank you, Scorb. Thank you, Psychic. Thank you, Artemis. Thank you, Zaxush. Grant, I believe is at the Lave Radio. What's the next panel coming up?
Yep, it's going to be at 2:30, the Lave Radio podcast, which will lead us into the raffle. If you have not got raffle tickets, I meant to close the raffle at 12 and then realised when this panel started that I had not. So I will be closing that probably when Lave Radio starts. So you've got an hour to get tickets. If you want the link, go to tinyurl.com/Lavecon 2020. Or if you know where the Elite Community Meet info page is, which is actually elitecommunitymeet.info, you'll be able to click on the Lavecon raffle tickets at the top and buy tickets. But we're going to give you until 2:30, and then we are going to close that down, ready for our raffle draw later on, and there are some amazing prizes. And yeah, thanks streamers. That was it's always good. I mean, one of these days we're going to have to find a grumpy streamers list, the ones that you go, so what's streaming like? Oh, he's a pain in the arse. I don't know why I do it. Just so we can get that counter argument, because you have to be positive, that's for sure.
I'll just ask me on a Monday.